we're going to talk about former heavyweight champion George Foreman being hit with a MeToo by two white women after 45 years. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. The two-time heavyweight champion, George Foreman, is going to be hit with MeToo. He's being sued by two desperate white women. George Foreman won a heavyweight championship against Joe Frazier in 1972. He proceeded to win the second heavyweight championship in 1995 against Michael Moore. Then George Foreman goes on to create one of the wonders of the world, the George Foreman Grill, and he becomes a multi-millionaire. Now the 304s have come to get George Foreman after watching Bill Cosby being raped across the coals. Women coming out after 40 years. They are going after George Foreman. I'm going to read you this quick article from Media Takeout. Boxing superstar George Foreman is facing the fight of his life. Media Takeout confirmed that two Caucasian women are preparing to file a lawsuit against the boxer, claiming that he abused them nearly 45 years ago. The boxing legend Foreman made a preemptory announcement yesterday telling the media that two women have made up claims that he sexually abused them. George claims that it was all just an effort to extort him out of millions of dollars. George Foreman is an outspoken, proud American who refused to take the public stance against racial injustice in the past. For example, during the 1968 Olympics, when the black athletes protested the United States treatment of black people with raised fish, George balked at the protest. Instead of standing with protesters, George wrapped himself in an American flag and paraded himself around the arena. Now the chickens are coming home to roost. Media Takeout has learned that because the two women accusing the former champ of abuse are Caucasian, a lawsuit against Foreman is expected to be filed in LA today by two women whose fathers were friends and business associates of George Foreman's decades ago. The women are expected to claim that George Foreman abused them in the 1970s, but Foreman said in a statement on Wednesday that the allegations are not true. Over the past 6 months, Foreman said the two women have been trying to extort millions of dollars of him for me and my family. They are falsely claiming I sexually abused them over 45 years ago in the 1970s. I adamantly and categorically deny the allegations. The pride I take in my reputation means as much to me. My sports and accomplishments will not be intimidated by baseless threats and lies. George Foreman, who reportedly has a net worth of around $300 million, has been an outspoken supporter of President Donald Trump and considers himself a Republican. Hell, that ain't got nothing to do with it. First thing, these women are out of control. And I bet you they with that damn attorney, Gloria Allred, out in California. This is nothing more than extortion from black men. They have been doing this. If it's Michael Jackson, it's Bill Cosby, it's George Foreman, any successful black man. People like Gloria Allred and her daughter Bloom knows how society feels about black men, and they feed on this racism. So 45 years later, not 10, not 5, but 45 years later, I believe George Foreman is in his 70s. And let me tell you something. These so-called women, they didn't know what they was doing. They knew what they were doing. They saw him as the heavyweight champion. Just like in the 70s and 60s, during the sexual revolution, these white women was getting with black men all over the damn place. I wasn't there. But what I'd seen, they was getting with black men all over the place. But now, you go come back. I'm damn near out of the world. And you gonna try to extort millions of dollars because you's a bum? Your family ain't got no money. You probably living in a damn trailer some damn where. But you gonna come after George Foreman because you know he's got $300 million? And usually this is what happened. After that Deshaun Watson nonsense, you see how Deshaun Watson paid off 20 of the 24 accusers. This is what they're trying to do now. You know, they bring up an allegation, they get you in private, they say they'll sign an NDA as long as you give them some of that Skrilla, give them some of that money. And there will be a lot of people out there who say, George, you didn't stand up in 68? You drape yourself with the flag? You supported White Zaddy? And this is what has come to you. This is the chickens coming home to roost. And they love to disparage black men in the golden age. You see how they went after Michael Jackson when he got up in his years? You see how they went after Bill Cosby, George Foreman, and so many other black men. They want you to see masculine black men as nothing but predators. This is all orchestrated by those in power. George Foreman shouldn't even have to address this issue. But he has to. For the simple fact that these are white women. White women are extremely dangerous. They could come after you 10, 15 years later, get in the court system, get them a all damn white jury, and get away with it. They not trying to put him in jail. They just trying to get some money. And they gonna come out and say he did this 45 years ago. How much is enough? Man, people got a lot of damn nerve. This is a litigious society, and you can go after anybody. And now, George Foreman is the next victim. Who else? All these rappers who sleep with a lot of women, all these NBA players who sleep with a lot of women, NFL, so they all gonna be getting hit with lawsuits 20, 25 years later. When these women are broke, ain't got no money, ain't got a pot to piss in. Their youth went away. They not as fine as they used to be. So what they do is they can make up a lie and say that you took advantage of them. Hell, man, you might as well keep your pants up, man. Keep your veins straight, man. These women are ridiculous nowadays. And they learning it from these old 304s. They trying to destroy a man's reputation that he built up. A man who came out of the Houston ghettos, made $300 million, generational wealth for his family. And now, like Bill Cosby, Michael Jackson, got to fight for his name in court. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. I hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button, but also share this video.